If you thought AMD Zen 5 SKUs were over, you were absolutely incorrect, because it looks like, from an article that I saw, AMD still has some more surprises in their tank. Let's get into this. Everyone's buying laptop back game, some more tech news. Hope you're enjoying your week so far. I know it just started, but shout out to you if you're having a good week. Came across an article a couple days ago. We all thought that all the Zen 5 SKUs were released, myself included, because you know the 7s, the 9s, and the Ryzen 6s all came out for Zen 5. So we thought everything was pretty much out of the tank as far as AMD SKUs in general. But an article I came across recently from videocards.net proves me wrong, and a lot of people that thought that they were over with Zen 5 releases. Just like how they're doing AM4 stuff still, I'm making more and more CPUs for their platform. They think they're taking their same approach for AM5 and Zen 5. And the article that I'm talking about is specifically saying from their sources that Asus is who confirmed this one. Asus has confirmed ahead of schedule that AMD is indeed releasing another Zen 5 series. There will still have the 9,000 APUs coming. We already knew about that. But remember a while back, I don't know if it was last gen or the gen before, how AMD had not the F SKUs and the regular SKUs. The F SKUs are the ones usually that they make that do not have the iGPU built in, because by default, all the regular Zen 5 releases have built-in iGPUs. And from what I've seen and what the article is saying, default amount of graphic processing units in that comes with the Zen 5 chips is 2 graphic processing units on the actual chip itself, along with the CPU. So that's why you have all those video inputs and outputs in the back of the motherboards, especially for AM5, because they have all AM5 based CPUs, even anything, mainly specifically Zen 5. I don't think Zen 4 had it, but Zen 5 specifically have built-in iGPUs, are two CU units of graphic processing power. And now, according to Asus, from what the article is saying with their sources, Asus has confirmed that AMD is releasing a Ryzen 8, not Ryzen 8, Ryzen 7, which is the 8-core SKUs, Ryzen 7 9700F. You heard me right, Ryzen 7 9700F. We already know they got the 9600X. The 9700X, which goes just around 3 something on a good day when it's not on sale, like 305, 310. And now Asus has went ahead and confirmed from their sources, and this great videocards.net got this information from, that right, AMD is actually making a Ryzen 9700F, which is going to be the same 8-core processor. It's going to have a lower base frequency, and probably a lower base boost, but they didn't mention the boost. Just mentioned that the base frequency of the 9700F is going to be start roughly at 3.8 gigahertz. And as far as the wattage, they're saying the 9700F is going to have 65 watts, kind of like how the 9700X and 9600X for Zen 5 have 2 modes. It comes by default 65 watts. And then there's if you turn off eco mode or whatever mode they have in the BIOS, it uses the full 105 watts available to them. But by default, they come packaged with 64 watts as far as their TDP. Well, it looks like the 9700F is also going to follow the same trajectory, but I'm not sure if, since it's one without the iGPU, I'm not sure if it's going to make it a little bit, they're going to make that one a little bit different from the regular Ryzen 7s. By different, I mean pretty much they're going to have they're not going to have the iGPU, but they're also not going to have the same frequency, base and boost. And additionally, they might not have the same 2 modes. I could be wrong, but if it follows the same as that blueprint as a non-F SKUs, then it should have 2 frequency modes as well. The 65 watt, that all those come with default, and then the 105 watt TDP one. I could be wrong, but I think that since they're following this closely to the blueprint of the 9700 and 9600X CPUs for Zen 5, then they're probably going to do the same thing, just with lower TDP or lower boost and base, like I mentioned, for this non-iGPU SKU. Now, no pricing yet, but they give you some ballpark rough estimates. They said they're aiming around $250 US USD for the 9700F upon release, according to Asus. That kind of puts it in between the 9600X and 9700X, so kind of like a stopgap, because I believe the 9600X is now you can get for under $200, and the 9700X is by default regulated around 305, 310. So I guess I have a stopgap between the Ryzen 6 and the Ryzen 7 9700X. So this is all pretty much confirmed. They didn't mention any release dates or anything along those lines. Just a base frequency target and a target wattage TDP, but nothing like really in depth like details. They have a little chart on their article that shows the whole lineup and has some more additional information there that the article didn't cover, like maybe a boost frequency. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'll leave the article in the description below so you can look at it at your own leisure. But let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. If you are glad for this addition for the Ryzen Zen 5 generation, having a non-iGPU based CPU, do you think 250 AIM price wise is too much? What do you think price wise should be the 9700F, given that it's going to have lower frequencies and no iGPU? Until then, this is BioLockTech signing out.